Hello everyone in the TapTap community, this is IndieVoice here to bring you some games that might interest you or looking for something completely different to play, and welcome to
the Indie Insight.
Now, this is a special type of thing that I'm doing to show off mobile indie games that are around TapTap that may interest you, may want to download, and those that may be really fun to play. So I'm just showing you my top 5 indie mobile games I've been playing a lot lately, and they may interest you. But before that, if you're brand new to this entire video or hearing about IndieVoice in general, then you can play majority of these games on TapTap. There are tons of sections for mobile games and those that may interest you. Some of these games are from out of the country. Some of these are from around here. There are lots to choose from, a great community. There are editor's choices. There are tons of games out there that you have not tried that you can definitely try here on TapTap. Download TapTap now and enjoy all those amazing games. So the first game we're going to be showing here on Indie Insight is showing a game called Tales of the Neon Sea. Now this game is also available for Steam if you want to check that out, but this game we're going to be looking at is here on TapTap. This is a one-player cyberpunk pixel adventure and very story-rich type game. Now, if you have not played many detective type games, then this is a great place to start, especially with how the gameplay of searching around, using your cybernetic eye, your friendly cat that you found in the beginning of the game that's going to help you out throughout those tight corners and spaces, and exploring the cyber-filled world of just all robots, aliens, creatures, human beings, all this type of stuff that's brand new throughout the entire world. And it is actually a really fun experience that I've had with this game, and I played it on PC also. This is one of those really fun, story-rich games that I'd recommend to most people that are just trying to try a brand new genre or something completely different from the normal action, adventure, RPG type games. But this game is available now on TapTap. It's really fun. It's definitely worth the interest. It's available for both Android and iOS. This game gets a rating of a definite download it if you're looking for something that's a one player and very story rich to play. So the next game on the Indie Insight, we're looking at another game that is kind of a old school game, retro style, but it's also one of the more addicting shooters and having spaceships, killing monsters, aliens, a lot of things that's happening within this game. And the name of the game for this one is Pixelcraft 2 Anger of Goose. Now this is a series of running here because there's a Pixelcraft 1, but this one, it is very much of the usual past games, which I'm pointing out right here. These particular games is what this is mostly inspired off of. Now this is a shooter, indie pixel art game, great style, very addictive on how much this game is constantly action to the left, action to the right, constant just shootouts and everything. You can't really get bored of a game where you're fighting tons of aliens, robots, gigantic monsters, and boss challenges. There's a lot to this game that cannot bore you. So the rating I give for this game is a good score of a download it, especially when you need something that's just quick, straightforward to the point, shooting out, destroying aliens, massive bosses, other big time ships, upgrading your ship, and doing amazing tricks and explosives. Tons of things you can do in this game. It's available for both Apple and Android. So the next game on our list, one that has been around for quite a while, especially for the past 2 years. It's been really popular and has been voted one of the best indie games of 2020 for the mobile gaming in Google Play Store. The name of this game is Bistro Heroes. Now, if you ever wanted to be a knight or a chef that's going around hunting down your ingredients and using them along the way, or experiencing other cooks' ingredients, this is definitely the game for you. Now, this is a very small size light RPG that you can enjoy without any sort of downloads, upgrades, just straightforward, have fun, enjoy the story. The genre for this game, very story rich. It's an adventure, strategy, action, and RPG. You get to collect a amount of heroes over time and upgrading yourselves, the weapons, everything, and it'll play in the background. So it's kind of like an idle game, but actually you do have to move around a lot to help your heroes be in a straight line, to attack enemies from both sides, or stay in a group together so they can attack the big gigantic ones. There's a lot in this game that you have to think about when playing this. This is available globally, so this is on Google Play Store, TapTap, and on Android. This is a really interesting game. I've seen it before. I didn't really get to play as much in the first time when it was released, but when it was fully released, this game was definitely worth the play, especially with how you get to experience an adventure with these characters and see what they're doing and making the ultimate dish and fighting monsters and even many more things you get to experience. Bistro Heroes gets a good rating of definitely a download. It's something that's very fun, very unique and interesting, and the main thing here is there are no spams of ads. It's just a straightforward game, listening and enjoying the light novel. For the next game on our list of the Indie Insight, we're looking at a very odd and very weird but also incredibly enjoyable game called Moncage. Now, this is the first game out of the list of indie games here that you actually have to purchase, but it's one of the cheaper games to buy. It's only $5, and it's very worth it, especially with how it's using way different ways to solve puzzles. This is a straightforward genre for this game. It's just a puzzle game, but it is such a puzzle game that it allows you to do out-of-the-box thinking. Yeah, literally. I mean, it is out-of-the-box thinking. The thing is, though, with this game, you're using the camera angles and moving the box around and using it to expand your two fingers here to use a angle enough to solve a puzzle, to move a grate around, move a box, or help this truck get from point A to point B just by angling the camera just enough for you to use something to help it across or moving an object around. There's a lot of these things that involve using like illusions to get from point A to point B and using your imagination to solve each and every way to get from these points. Honestly, this is probably one of the funner puzzle games I've experienced, especially when playing this game. It is something to definitely buy and something to keep an eye on, but the rating I give for Moncage here is that if you are not interested in puzzle games or you're actually getting into more puzzle games, this is definitely one of those to check out. The rating it gets is a definite buy it. It's really worth the time. It's only $5. It's nothing too expensive. And now, folks, we are down to the very last indie game on the list of indie games here. Now, this one is just a demo. You're allowed to go up to level 25, but it is one that everybody has been waiting for and something that people have been really excited and cannot wait to be for the mobile devices. And the name of the game we're looking at today for the last one is called Coromon. Now, if you have not seen Coralmon before, I'm pretty sure you've seen many trailers and several other things. This game is available for both PC and Switch, if I remember correctly. It is coming to the Android and Apple devices, but it is available to play and download now for just Android, coming soon for Apple. This game is probably one of the most addictive monster taming games, especially where it brings a whole retro pixel style, over 120 animated Coromon, tons of unique places to explore, 50 soundtracks, tons of easy solving puzzles, and epic boss battles to test your experience and your monsters, and has a very interesting plot. This game is definitely one of those I cannot wait for it to be fully released on the mobile device. I have been playing it on PC, but this one, after showing it on the video here on how it works on mobile, this is definitely going to be one of those games that most people should definitely keep an eye out for, especially when it's fully done through its development. Keep an eye out for this game. Thank you for listening to this, everybody. I hope you like all these indie games. Hopefully they'll keep you completely interested, looking for brand new games to play, something that may be the next game you may play all day or all night. But thank you for listening to this. See you in the next video, and hopefully I'll be doing more of these.